Your takeaway from Super Bowl 57 is what, Mike Florio?
The Chiefs are going to be back here more than a few times over the course of Patrick Mahomes' career, as long as Andy Reid's there, as long as they're continuing to draft and develop young players they can put around Patrick Mahomes, as long as he continues to operate under a very team-friendly contract that's going to get more and more team-friendly as the cap goes up and the market continues to skew toward quarterbacks. And Mahomes, as he said yesterday, this is just the beginning. I quoted Lieutenant Colonel Frank Slade in a post after the game on Sunday night that he's just getting warmed up. Same thing. 2 Super Bowl wins in 5 years as a starter. Could have had more, may have more going forward. Tom Brady once went 10 years between Super Bowl wins. I don't think Mahomes is going to do that. He's only going to get better. They're only going to get better, and Tom may want to come back and play for the 49ers next year to get to 8 just to make it a little bit harder for Mahomes to catch him.
I know. You know what I mean? Like, it is stupid when you look at Brady's numbers. All of them. All of them. I mean, the fact that he had a Hall of Fame career just as a 40-year-old, right? I mean, they are stupid, but you can't help but think if there are footsteps possible to be laid down by Mahomes. With him being 27, he'll be 28. If he does play 18 more years, let's just say he does want to play till 45 like Brady, he really does have a shot to get in the area code, for sure, Mike. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Right.
They're going to be in contention every single year. Now, look, it's hard to thread that needle to get to the Super Bowl and to win it, but they've been there 3 times. It would be 4 if Dee Ford hadn't jumped offside in the 2018 game. It would be 5 if they didn't feel compelled to force-feed the ball to a receiver that we learned after the fact is extremely needy and was unhappy and disgruntled in Tyreek Hill when they threw that little backward pass to him to try to get the score to 28-10 instead of 21-10 at halftime, and it got shut down. They would have maybe gone to 6 if Andy Reid had flipped from Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes when the offense was stagnant in November of 2017, and Andy Reid kept his word to Alex Smith instead. So we keep going forward. Mahomes has more reps, more games, more looks, more reasons to understand what the defense is going to give him and get rid of the ball before he has to run around with his hair on fire to make something magical happen. That's bad for us. When he stops doing that, when he starts seeing the field the way Tom Brady does and just gets rid of the football, we love those moments where he's got no feet on the ground and his arm is in crazy positions and he makes these things happen. Mm-hmm. But it's just that passage of time, and as he acquires more knowledge and understanding, he's just going to get better and better. And I don't know how long he's going to play, but when you look at the accomplishments, the total wins, he's just 1 Super Bowl win behind Brady at age 27. But total wins, he's ahead of the curve. Stats, he's ahead of the curve. And I just think that it's going to continue. He had more yards than anyone in NFL history between his passing and his rushing in 2022. It's just incredible to watch, and it's going to continue as long as he wants to, and barring some sort of catastrophic injury that ends his career prematurely.
Well, we know last year, after losing to the Bengals, Brett Veach hit hard the defense in the secondary, right? And then the year before that, when they lost to Brady, he hit hard that offensive line. The year before that, when they won the Super Bowl, he got Mahomes signed long-term. What is Brett Veach's first order of business now, do you think?
I think that they need to look at the cap numbers for some of the players on defense, like Frank Clark and Chris Jones, and figure out what to do there. You know, this team is going to have more big-name players exit over the years and then have to replace them around Mahomes. And, you know, it's not just drafting. We're in draft season, and we know that there's a significant bust rate, round 1, round 2, every round. It's a scratch-off lottery ticket. Some are winners, some are losers. But it's not just drafting. It's draft and develop. The Chiefs know how to draft and develop. The best teams know how to draft and develop. You get the right players in that system. You're patient with them. You teach them. You bring them along. Look what they did with Kadarius Toney. Was a long-term play. Kadarius Toney can end up being dominant in the NFL once he has a full season to get properly ensconced in the velvet of the Kansas City offense. That was just on the fly that they got as much out of him. And, you know, that last touchdown, the one to Sky Moore that put the Chiefs up 8, that was a messed up formation, and I saw something somewhere that was meant for Kadarius Toney. If he has 2 touchdown catches and that 65-yard punt return, maybe he's the MVP of Super Bowl 57. So the arrow's pointing up, and there isn't that same sense of urgency as there was last year or the year before. It's all luxury at this point. They enter the offseason as the Super Bowl favorites, not the Bills. It's the Chiefs again, and I think we appreciate where they are. Still understanding how hard it is to get there and win it. They could have lost to the Bengals. They were down 10 points to the Eagles. You know, once we get to the finish and they're holding the trophy, we act like it was easy. It's never easy, but they're in great position to continue to be knocking on the door every single year.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.